not a test. This is rock and roll.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
You're waking up with the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Good morning and welcome into the Morning App on this lovely Monday morning. You're listening to 90.5 WASU with Josh, Howie, Molly, and myself, Kristen. How y'all doing this morning?
It's Monday, starting another week, another long week coming, and the rain seems to be, kind of putting the mood on things, but we're going to make it. We're doing well.
I love rainy days. I'd rather have a rainy day than a snowed-in day.
It makes you just want to be lazy and not do anything and go out, though. That's the thing for me.
This is why you're weird.
No.
I'd rather have a rainy day than a snowy day.
I agree with Kristen. And I'm wearing shorts today, so I feel good.
Yeah, it's going to be warm during the week, but hey, I got a good start to my morning. For the first time in a while, I made breakfast. So actually, I didn't make breakfast. I had breakfast.
You heated up breakfast in a microwave?
No, I actually just had a muffin, and I had some strawberries and
kind of
some
muffin?
fruit punch.
What kind of
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
I love blueberry muffins.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Handmade?
Fancy.
They were from Walmart, so.
Oh, Howie, you're starting your morning off
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Notch. Guys, we only have 3 weeks till spring break.
Thank God.
Let's go. Has it not, seemed like it's gone really fast?
I think January was really slow, but February started off
I
really
feel like
fast.
our semester just started.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's because we start in the middle of January, and it's kind of like 2 weeks until February, and then February hits, and then half of
February is also so short, and it's
Yeah.
just like I feel like the older I get, the more time moves quicker and stuff like that. So I feel like it's just going to keep getting faster.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how the semester always is. It starts super slow, and then it's like full pace.
And then you've graduated.
You're blinking, and you're at graduation, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, it's just always fast moving. And then March is non-existent as well. So we'll see.
What else is fast moving, though, is also Snapchat. They have updated their latest user interface, and it's been getting a lot of backlash, honestly. I don't know if you guys have gotten the update, but it has its pros and cons, but I think I'm going to get rid of it altogether.
Ooh, see, okay.
Honestly.
For me, I got the update, I think, on Friday night or Saturday morning because for the longest time, I didn't have it. Everybody was like, oh, yeah, the new Snapchat is garbage. I don't like it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't got mine updated yet.
Yeah.
And then hit me overnight, and I looked, I was like, no, what have they done? It's just weird now. They put everything into one, and it's why?
Yeah, so we talked about this on the show probably, I want to say last semester, a few months ago. Snapchat had told everybody that they were going to change their user interface to be more older generation friendly. So they were getting a lot of users logging in and starting a Snapchat that were over the age of 30.
Right.
And, they're not the most savvy with technology all the time, or at least maybe like over 50 is not the super savvy with technology, right? And so they wanted to make it easier for older generations to use. And so they think that this new layout does accomplish that, but I think they're losing a lot of younger generations with it too. Some pros that they have about the new Snapchat is that the user interface is cleaner and more attractive, they say. A pro is that your friends and media content is separated, so it allows you to avoid ads more and random articles that probably don't interest you at all. So it's probably somewhere within although I liked those random articles. I loved those, and now it's so much harder for me to find them. But the ads I appreciate. It says when you add photos from your camera roll, they no longer have that unattractive white border. So that's a pro. And you can use...
Oh, I haven't tested it out. I've been so confused.
You can use multiple face filters at one time. So those are the goals that they set out to accomplish with this new Snapchat update, and they did that, but it has a lot of cons with it as well.
Wait, why would you want multiple face filters? Don't they all just mesh into one ugly one then? If you mean on top of each other at the same time?
You know those basic white girls want the puppy, and then they want the sunlight, and then they want the pretty face one too.
If they're all at the same time, you'll just have a shiny dog.
I get it now. At first, I was like, multiple filters at
layered.
the same time. I thought you meant multiple people, several, me, you, Josh,
we
and
can do
how we
that
could all
too.
get puppies on our faces.
You can do that too, yeah.
That it's confusing to me. I woke up and I thought I was on Mars. I still don't understand how to use it. It kind of makes me not want to use it at all.
Yeah,
like you said.
That's the route I'm going, because number one, I didn't use Snapchat in general for my stories because, let's be honest, Instagram has better stories. There's no doubt about that. Their layout is more modern, it's sleek, you could do a lot more with it. So I use Instagram for stories anyway. So I just use Snapchat to chat and individual people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that anymore with this new interface. It makes it so complicated.
Yeah, see, I Snapchat frequently, all the time. I have like 10 streaks right now, so I can't get rid of Snapchat.
Yes, you can.
Oh my gosh, Howie.
I can't get rid of it. I got too many streaks.
A lot of people actually lost a lot of their streaks when it happened because they couldn't figure out what to do with it. I mean, I was overwhelmed when I saw it. I was making fun of everyone who had it, and then overnight, like you, how it hit me, and I was so upset. I was like, why did I make fun of everyone?
Did your phone just update the app automatically?
Yeah,
mine did.
Because iPhones have this setting you can do where it automatically updates your apps.
Oh,
what it does. So
the
that's
thing,
what it did.
Yeah, the thing that Android was doing 2 years ago. Yeah, my phone does that too.
They've been doing that for like a couple of years now too. All right.
I mean, Android did it first, but yeah, no, my apps automatically update if it's on Wi-Fi.
Right.
And if you're over a certain percentage charge, so that's nothing new that Apple's doing there. Just
yeah, I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world, because the one thing that I have noticed for Snapchat is that it actually loads faster. Like from sometimes on
That's
Snapchat,
good.
yeah, it literally would take like 5 seconds to load. This loads instantly, so that's a plus. But it is confusing when I'm trying to Snapchat somebody and I'm keeping a streak and I have to go all the way down for some reason because they don't post a story or anything like that. You have to go all the way down on Snapchat. That's weird and not necessary at all.
You know what the worst part about the update is? When you're looking through stories, I don't like people's stories. I just go through it so it's not there anymore because I need it to be gone.
Now it's always there.
Now it's always there.
Well, one, it's always there, and two, when you're clicking through stories, it like pauses. Like, are you sure you want to watch that story? I'm like, yes, I'm just clicking through. Stop making me double click it.
It does. It's like, oh, you're moving to a new user now. Do you want to continue to view their story? It's like, yeah, of course.
I'm trying to get rid of it.
But you know, the new version of whatever comes out always has its glitches and stuff like that. So maybe they'll work around these features that people keep complaining about. Another thing I noticed, popular people, if you follow like verified users, they're now not on your friends page.
They're on the Discover
They're on
page.
the second.
Yeah.
And they're at the top.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And I saw a normal person on there that I went to high school with, and I was like, honey, you're not that cool to be on the verified page.
She probably just verified herself to feel
and then
important.
that brings
Can you do that?
Probably.
That's another issue too, because if you're following people on Snapchat and you want to see their stories, but they're all the way at the bottom, if you can go to Discover page, you're only going to see the celebrities that you follow on the top. So you're not going to actually see some of the stories of your friends, which is another problem in itself. Like, you're giving the celebrities more power and more popularity, you know, through Snapchat. So.
I'm also, there's no news sources like how it used to be. I don't know if you guys ever went through it, but now it's just the celebrities.
Oh, there's no more news?
I tried finding it and I could not find it yesterday.
That's what I liked.
So did I. Yeah, that's why I mainly use Snapchat. So.
Bye, Snapchat. Yeah, I have no problem getting rid of my Snapchat because, like, I have one streak with one person, and I told her, I'm like, look, I might get rid of it. And she was like, no. And I was like, we'll just Instagram Snapchat now.
No.
Yeah, no, we
it's
will.
not the same thing.
Yeah, it's not the same.
I have no attachment to this streak. Also, where do you view your story? I cannot figure that out.
You have to go to like press your profile at there, and it says My Story. So
Lame.
It's an extra step you have to do.
Not doing it.
It's there. It's there. And also your best friends too. That's something I couldn't find out how to figure out how to do because I don't know. You have to go to like add friends or something, and then you can see your best friends or something like that. There's multiple ways to do it, but it's just too complicated.
I think what they were trying to set out with this is to make it more logical in the steps, but. And it might have for the older generations. It might work. But what they really did, though, is just make a simple, clean layout more complicated. And I think that's what us millennials don't like.
Right.
Well, right now, Snapchat has come out and said that they're like, oh, we know we've received a lot of backlash about it, but maybe it's just because people are overwhelmed with it. They'll get used to it eventually. Like, it's fine. Because people have been asking, like, hey, how many retweets does this tweet need to get to revert back to the old? How many, like, petitions or signatures do we need or whatever? They, in a fake tweet, claiming that Snapchat would revert back to the old self if it got enough retweets.
Yeah.
It got 1.3 million retweets Sunday afternoon, and it's become the 6th most retweeted tweet of all time.
Wow.
But, you know, this happens every time a new update comes out or a new version of a phone comes out. When they got rid of the headphone jack, when Apple did that, you know, there's a lot of backlash for that too, but they still have a lot of users. So I don't know if Snapchat's really going to see a decline in their users from this update. You know, I feel like people are going to keep using it and get used to it because, you know, that's what happens with every single technology change because people love their streaks.
Exactly. People love Snapchat. So,
but they lost you, Kristen.
They did. They lost me. They're not really at a loss, though, there.
Don't worry, Kristen. When we come back, we're going to update you on vegans saving the planet. What are your thoughts on it? I Have Nothing. Whitney Houston on the app.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU.
Good morning, and welcome to the Morning App. We are talking, vegans?
You know what?
Vegans?
Be nice and accepting
Hey,
here.
vegans are dedicated, okay? I give them a ton of respect. Whether I agree with their lifestyle, I don't know. But they're dedicated, so they got my respect.
They really are.
You cannot live in Boone and hate vegans. You just can't.
It is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It is just a whole entire sector of Boone.
I just didn't wake up this morning thinking I'd be talking about vegans, but here we are.
You're welcome.
Does it make me finding meat in Boone a little bit harder? Yes, it does. And do I want meat? Yes, I do. But they're everywhere and you can't avoid it.
Yeah, they really are. But they are kind of taking that step forward and taking care of the environment. I know we're all very environmentally friendly in Boone, and we all say we love the environment, but I see y'all throwing away plastic bottles into the trash can.
Call them out.
I am. But veganism is, if that's how you would, I guess that's the way you would put it.
That is?
Vegetarianism. I don't know.
Veganism?
Being vegan. I don't know.
I think that's it.
I don't know, man. So I'm just gonna keep going with it. But the vegan lifestyle is something that's kind of new to me. Like once I came here, Kristen, don't be a hater.
No, I'm still laughing at veganism.
I think it's veganism.
It sounds like an organism.
Yeah, it sounds like a scientific discovery.
Veganism is a sorry.
It's a condition.
No, it's not, Josh. But once I came to school here, I've met a lot of people, and they're like, I don't eat meat or dairy products. I was like, excuse me, vegetarian? And they're like, no, vegan. But I was reading an article, and it was showing that the contribution of the livestock sector to the global greenhouse gas emissions exceeds that of transportation. So to break that down for you,
Yeah, I was like,
basically one of our highest contributor to greenhouse gases and emissions is meat. So the number one way we're basically hurting our environment is livestock production.
How?
What? Not cars
I don't know,
or
Kristen.
automobiles?
Here's a CNN article.
I don't know. I want to know the how on this. I don't know if I fully buy it.
I think it's the process of breaking down the the process of getting out the meat and everything like that, the factory stuff. And I also think the actual creation of the life. I don't know, but I've seen this a lot, and I've learned it in a few classes. And it was saying that the Mediterranean diet, which is basically all veggies and stuff like that, and staying away from most animal products, it would be a really good way. But going vegan would be the most efficient way. So I do give props to people that are vegan, because that's a lot, not having dairy products. I try my best to not eat meat or dairy, and any animal product usually, because it's cheaper, quite honestly. But I don't know how they do it, because sometimes I'm really wanting my Taco Bell,
Yeah. See, here's my thing. The reason I cannot be a vegan is because all the vegan sweets taste weird. All the vegan cookies, all the vegan brownies, I have not had one that's good, and so I'm not going to go
Maybe
for
that's
it.
a way to avoid sweets.
Wait, what did you just say?
Maybe that's a way to avoid sweets. If the vegan sweets don't taste
Hey,
good.
you know?
that might break it. That might break your sweet tooth. So.
You can,
Nah.
there's some places. Go to Voodoo Donut in
Huh? I'm
Colorado
sorry,
whenever
what?
you go back to Colorado.
Whenever I go back.
Yeah.
Whenever you go back, go to
We know
Voodoo
you're going
Donut.
back, so.
They got vegan donuts.
I don't know. It's just I give him props because it's a very committed lifestyle, and it's very difficult to work around. And I understand this, social norms. Everybody eats meat and eggs and stuff like that, and so it's you have to work around that. So that takes dedication. Yeah. Am I gonna commit to it? No.
No.
I mean, I think what you're saying is plausible, but I have a hard time believing that the livestock and all the meat production, it affects our, global warming or global everything.
Climate change.
Yeah,
greenhouse
more
gases.
than automobiles and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's close, and I'm sure vegan, make a huge difference, but I would like to see statistical proof.
But here's the thing too about statistical proof, and this is just stepping away from the vegan article, but just going with all of them in general, is that any research project can be swayed and give you the results that you really want these days, especially if it's a sponsored one.
Well,
so I'm
I mean, they all have their, I don't know what the word is. They all have their...
Yep, good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
really,
got it.
you're really
You've
doing
got it.
great.
They all have that thing that makes it true or not. but I mean, they're all true in a certain sense, but there are more truth to others. I don't know the words.
Good argument, Josh.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm really. Yeah,
Those
that was
vegans.
just not. That wasn't a great rebuttal. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
That was not that great. But
Because I eat meat.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I would try it, but I have friends, and I didn't realize it like affects you smoking cigarettes and stuff like that. Like my friends who did smoke like quit. That's how like a part of the reason why they quit, because they use like animal testing and stuff like that. Apparently,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Oh.
what my friend said. And like it affects like what what shampoos you use and like what makeup you use, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
animal products in it. I didn't even think about that, and I was like, oh wow. So that's like a whole other realm of it.
Okay, but see, that realm I don't think is cheaper. All those natural beauty products and shampoo.
Oh, that's not cheaper. I can tell you that
That's
right now.
expensive.
I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
It's expensive.
It's expensive. Which is, I mean, it's like less feasible that way. But I mean, hey, kudos to you.
It's a lifestyle, but my lifestyle involves pizza, all right? I'm just saying. And there's a survey with Americans, and they're saying on pizza.
You would.
And, of
You
course,
would.
pineapple pizza is mentioned, but we'll talk
Okay,
about it.
okay.
We'll get to it.
We know why he brought this up.
Okay, look. So,
Hater.
whenever they did a survey, 92% of Americans believe that pizza is a finger food that should never be eaten with a fork and a knife.
I agree, unless you get
People
deep,
do it, yes.
deep dish pizza. That requires a fork and knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands down required.
Well,
Okay.
why are you eating deep dish pizza?
Because I'm
the
from
best-
Chicago,
it's
and
the
it's the
best
best
pizza.
pizza. Yeah.
Okay.
She's from
my,
New York.
My family pizza, it's so deep and so like gooey, you have to use the fork and knife. So
No, I can't. It has to be fingers, man. for
No,
me.
there's some pizzas that you can't eat.
Come
just
to my
like
It don't
place.
matter.
it.
I'm still putting my fingers in
Come-
there,
come to
man.
my place,
Hands in.
Yeah, no, just eats it like a cake, kind of, or like a muffin. I don't know.
Take the whole thing in one. But okay, pineapple pizza. So 65% of people say that they love cooked pineapple on a pizza.
that's right, we win.
65%.
That's
65%.
majority.
That sounds
33% of Hawaiians saying it's their favorite type of slice.
It's my favorite type.
But like the Hawaiian style, like with ham on it, or just pineapple?
I think just pineapple.
Yes.
What is
yes,
wrong
yes.
with you?
Does that mean I'm Hawaiian?
I think you are.
Okay, cool.
I think low key. But okay, first of all, pineapple on pizza. We've had this debate before. Why? That's all I gotta say. Is why.
Why put the pineapple on the pizza, or why
Yes.
debate it? Because it's
Why
so
is it
great.
on the pizza?
Listen,
Go ahead.
It's a natural thing that occurs in our society, and you should just accept it because pineapple on pizza is great. Include the ham on there. You have me sold.
Bacon.
Just saying.
I would do chicken, like grilled chicken.
That's
with
also
it.
good.
Ooh, that's.
Honestly,
Yeah,
anything
you're
on pizza
welcome.
is good. There's not one thing I don't like
False.
on pizza.
I don't like
False,
ham.
yeah. No,
Well,
I don't like ham.
I'll eat anything on a pizza.
I don't
Throw
like
it
the
on there.
sausage. It's weird.
Ooh, sausage
Don't put that on
good.
pizza. I think that's a
Sausage
weird
good.
topping.
Chicken's
Anchovies. Anchovies is a topping.
Anchovies good.
No.
No, Josh. Don't ever
good.
eat that on a date, please.
Yeah, please not anchovies. But one more thing for you. 85% of folks say they would rather eat a leftover slice for breakfast in the morning than a piece of toast.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yes.
you got
yeah.
leftover pizza. I don't know, for breakfast, though?
Yeah.
Who
all the
eats
time.
toast for breakfast?
I don't eat breakfast. Like, today was the first time I did it in, like, years. So.
I eat pizza for breakfast.
That's the best way to have pizza, in my opinion.
You're
is
right.
For breakfast.
Look, me personally, I don't think so. But coming up after the break, we're going to play that game, Name That Movie Quote. And guess what? It's going to be Jim Carrey.
Ooh.
Yeah, better look out for that. Khaled and Sway Lee on the app.
90.5 WASU. It is 8:32 on this rainy morning, and I know Kristen's feeling it. Howie's making fun of us, so,
Always
The
laughing,
usual.
always
Typical.
smiling, of course. Josh, what's the weather looking like today?
Rainy.
Nice.
It's
Nice
gonna-
analysis.
It's 51 out there. Got a low of 32 today. Only a high of 40 tomorrow with also some more showers. 56 and like 60-ish on Wednesday and Thursday, though, so it's getting warmer, but
Yeah.
it's rainy.
I saw on Thursday it's going to be 68 degrees.
Ooh,
That's what I saw.
yes.
I'm like, man, it's too early for this.
Howie, I'm sorry, it's a high of 66.
Oh,
Sorry.
66.
Hate to burst
That's
your
still
bubble.
shorts weather, though.
I'm down.
Oh, my.
I'll be wearing shorts.
I don't
ready.
know. I don't know about that. I'm not ready for it, but what I am ready for is Name That Movie Quote. This is a new game show that we are playing here on Mondays, on the morning app. Almost said Wednesdays. Wow.
I wish it was
Days are all
Wednesday.
mixed up. We're playing it with Molly, and the current score for the movie shows right now we have 3 for me, we have 2 for Molly, 1 for Josh, and 0 for Kristen.
Are we surprised? I
got
don't watch
none right.
movies. I don't know why I'm playing this
Hey,
game.
look, catch up because I'm not playing this week. I'm giving you the movie quotes, and this week's quotes are going to be from Jim Carrey movies. So I don't
I've
know if
seen
you've seen a lot of them.
One.
No.
There are some that you have seen. You're probably thinking about like, oh wait, maybe I have seen this before. But
These are weird.
He's been in a ton of movies, so
I
you've
feel
definitely
like-
seen multiple.
I feel like his movies were really popular, maybe slightly the generation before us. And so people in their 30s really love Jim Carrey, but the people in their 20s really love Jim Carrey.
I love Jim Carrey. I love his
Oh.
movies, and I love In Living Color. That's the TV show he was on too. Fun
He
fact.
had a TV show?
He was like in a sitcom.
Huh.
You need to watch Living Color. It's pretty awesome, actually.
Nah.
Yeah, but anyway, let's go ahead and dive into the movie quotes. The first one is, ooh, somebody stop me. Is it A, Batman Forever?
He was a
Generic.
Yes, he was. He was in Batman
Forever?
Forever. Yes. Yeah.
Wait.
Who'd he
As a villain,
play?
right?
I don't know who he played as.
He was a
but-
villain.
You're a fake fan.
I haven't seen that movie. I haven't seen that movie. All right. B is Bruce Almighty. C is The Mask. And D is Liar Liar.
Okay, I've seen more of these than I thought. So what was the quote again?
It was, ooh, somebody stop me.
Okay, vote. Got it. The Mask.
That's what I was going to say as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
All right, they say The Mask. Josh, what do you say?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think you both would agree. Dang it. Caught me
No,
off
like,
guard.
it's for sure the mask.
Yeah.
For sure? Like, book it?
It sounds like the character in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, I'll go The Mask.
Oh, you're just
You copycat.
Yeah.
If you
Well-
guys are that confident.
Okay,
in
so
it-
you're going for The Mask.
Yeah.
Well, you all got it correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
like wrong.
No, you all got it correct.
I
One
knew
point
it.
for each of y'all. Yeah, The Mask actually was one of the first movies I saw as a kid. I love The Mask.
The only reason I kept watching it like over and over multiple times was because of that dog that plays in the movie. That's a great dog.
I was,
It's a great dog.
I was terrified of those commercials. When I saw the commercial, I was terrified of them.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's not really a good kids movie, but I watched it as a kid. It's a
Yeah.
little scary.
It's a little like not
that explains
inappropriate, but for children,
A
like
little
it's a
bit.
little, it's a little
tad bit
inappropriate.
Yeah. But going on to the next quote. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
I'm not back in 5. Oh.
Okay. Is it A, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, B, The Number 23, C, Yes Man, and D, Dumb and Dumber?
I haven't seen any of those, but just based on the quote, I'm gonna say D, Dumb and Dumber, or C.
Stop, Kristen. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I thought you went first. you
wanna-
take too long.
I wanted to say that one as well, but I'll go different this time. I'm going to go A, Ace Ventura.
If I'm
something-
not back in 5
something
minutes,
detective.
just wait longer.
Okay. You
Same
say
though.
A, Ace Ventura. You say
Sure.
D, Dumb and
Dumb and
Dumber.
Dumber.
Molly?
D, Dumb and Dumber.
Well, Josh, you are correct.
No.
He is 2 for 2. It is from Ace Ventura, Pet
I haven't
Detective.
seen that one.
I think I saw this one really young, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember much of it. But it was a really good movie. All the Ace Ventura movies are pretty good. So.
He's just super eccentric in it, but that's just how he always is.
I
He's
figured,
killer.
I figured that was too smart for Dumb and Dumber. Like that had a certain smartness to it.
No.
I don't know. That did kind of sound like it would be
No,
dumb. and
it had
dumber,
a
but-
it had a hint of like intelligence.
Well, that was the only movie that I kind of knew off that list.
Okay.
So.
Okay, number 3. Bleeding Hearts of the World Unite. Is it from A, The Majestic, B, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, C,
No.
A Christmas Carol, or D, Horton Hears a Who?
Say it again.
Oh.
Quote.
Yes. Bleeding Hearts of the World Unite.
I don't think it's from any of the last three because I've seen those. So I'm going to say A, even though I have no idea what movie that is.
What was A again?
A is The Majestic.
The Majestic. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, and it's not Horton.
No.
No, it is not that movie.
Bleeding
I want to
Hearts of-
say
no.
A Christmas Carol, quite honestly. But
Okay.
I feel like it's
Hearts
wrong,
of
but
the
you know,
World.
whatever.
And what was A and B?
A is The Majestic, and B is How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
It's not from that because I've seen that movie again and again.
Yeah, same. That's a great movie.
Yeah, I'll go A as well.
Okay, you say A, The Majestic. Molly?
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol
The one I didn't know.
The Majestic.
A.
to Majestic?
Sure.
Guess what? You are all wrong. It is from How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
No, it's
actually.
not. No, it's not.
It is.
I will
Which one?
find
It
this.
is. It was the one from 2000.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's not even in the first one.
Yeah, from
No.
2000.
Yeah.
When does he say this? I will take this to court, Howie.
Okay,
when does
look,
he
you gotta-
say
you
this?
have to
At the
look it
end,
up.
honestly, it
I
might
think
be.
I think it's towards the end.
when
if
he's
I'm not
having his
mistaken.
epiphany and his heart's starting to grow and he's like in pain.
I really do not remember this quote.
It's in there. It's in there.
Maybe I never make it to the end of a movie. It's probably at the end somewhere.
But don't worry, you have one more chance. The last one. The quote is, "Now that we're a family, I can be the ultimate dad." Is it from A, The Cable Guy, B, I Love You, Philip Morris, C, Dumb and Dumber 2, or D, A Series of Unfortunate Events?
What does it say?
D.
Yeah. If it's
C?
a dad thing,
It's now that we're a family, I can be the ultimate dad.
that's definitely a series of unfortunate events because I don't know any of the other ones.
Yes,
Why
no, me too.
definitely?
Same thing.
Was he a good dad in the series?
No.
No.
Sarcasm. Count Olaf was not a nice guy.
That was a great movie. I think we've matched answers every single
I
time.
know because we're on the same page because we both have never seen any Jim Carrey movies.
But then the ones
Can
that we
you
have
go
seen.
back through them one more time?
Yes, A is The Cable Guy, B is I Love You, Philip Morris, C is Dumb and Dumber 2, and D is A Series of Unfortunate Events.
And the quote is?
Now that we're a family, I can be the ultimate dad.
I'll go, I love you, Philip, whoever.
Okay, you're saying I Love You, Philip Morris,
Yeah.
and y'all say Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah.
Kristen and Molly, you are
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. So after this, Molly is in lead with 4 points so far.
Yeah.
Kristen and Josh are tied at 2, and I'm in
Ooh.
second with 3. So
I
Josh,
didn't even catch Howie.
Josh, you didn't. You folded, man.
Well,
You
I didn't want
folded.
to keep taking their answer. They got to talk first.
Look, man, don't worry. You have another chance next week to bring it back. So
I mean, are we really surprised though that Molly has 4? This game was invented for her.
this game was for her. She's killing
It
it
was
right now.
made for me.
Essentially.
Well, Molly's got the movie quotes next week.
I
so
do.
You don't have to pick like a specific character or anything.
That'll
or
be
anything like
interesting.
that. You
Oh,
just
I
do
already
whatever.
know what I'm doing.
Oh.
So
It'll be very interesting. All right, well, coming up after the break, we'll be talking about why being single might be better for your health. Proven by science or not proven? We'll find out after the break. 90.5 WASU. And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
90.5 WASU. It is 8:46 on this lovely Monday morning. And speaking of love, it's time to talk about our favorite segment, relationships. That was a little bit too loud.
How you always go for it.
I do, but that was a little bit louder than normal. So.
See, I don't want this. I want Hadaway. What is love? That's my type of vibe. That is more me.
We gotta vote for mine.
No, this is where it's at.
Oh,
this is where
Yeah.
it starts to get juicy, and we start to talk about relationships.
Yeah. Well, I got nobody. So, I found an article on what being single teaches you about relationships, and I'm hoping that this is true so I can have this in the future when I find somebody. But there is absolutely no point in settling, and I have never read words that have struck me to the core like that. I don't know. I just think shook. I just think that so many people settle these days, and because they want a relationship so badly. I don't know why, but everyone that we go to school with that I've met is a romantic, like, hopeless romantic. They, want the, cookie cut, like, family that I've met here, a lot of people. But we're also seniors, so.
Yeah.
Not you, Josh, but you'll get there someday. But I don't know. I just think there is no point in settling because when you're single, like, you're so focused on yourself. And whenever, you finally meet somebody, I feel like you're so used to focusing in on you. I don't know if this applied to you, Kristen, but, like, if your relationships have ever changed throughout time. But do you feel like you've settled less and, like, fought for what you want in a relationship now?
I mean, I don't think I've ever... for who I was at that point in time and who I was looking for in that point in time, I wouldn't say settling. Like, I never want to think of that of myself and think that I do that. Would I date that person now? Absolutely not. Would that be settling now in my point in life? Yes, it would. So it's like, it's kind of just one of those things you have to take, when you're looking back, it's like you were a different person. So, I mean, but when you're single, you do learn a lot about yourself. And so I think in terms of settling, there's certain things that you care about and certain things that you don't care about. So other people might look at you and be like, you're settling, but then you know that person and, stuff like that. So it's hard to define. It's something personal and it shouldn't be judged by others.
Right. You should never settle. Always, if you're single, that's the most important thing is to focus on yourself. Don't let somebody that comes into your life be like, oh, she's okay or he's okay. You want somebody that you want to be with for a long time. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be somebody that you want to date for like 2 weeks.
Right.
You want to date long term. So
that's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
2 weeks.
You're wasting your time and their time.
Hey, unless you need a fling in your life, some people need that.
Yeah, some
people are
do.
searching for that,
and that's totally
fine,
cool.
too.
Yeah. But that's just not me. Sorry. And then this is kind of tell me if you guys think this is a little morbid. There are fewer compatible people out there for you than you once believed.
I can see that in a way because, well, it depends. It depends of what you define as compatible. Like, is it somebody that matches you 100%? Like, basically is your opposite, or is somebody that's very similar to you? Is it one or the other? What does that actually mean? That's what I say for compatible.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I think it's a loaded.
Odd. Yeah, it's loaded.
It's a loaded one. Yeah.
The ocean is small. There's not a lot of fish in there for us.
I know.
That pickup line. Ooh.
Well, that's interesting though. Do you guys believe that there are multiple soulmates out there for you, or just one?
Yes.
At different time periods in your life. Like right now, my friends are my soulmates.
Well, I don't.
That's how I put it.
Well, I wouldn't call them soulmates. Then I would think you have one soulmate to be together with for your life, and once you find that person.
So you think there's one, not multiple?
I think there's multiple.
I don't think there's multiple for different periods of life either. I think there's just one.
Interesting.
No, because they weren't there during my college days.
They were there when I was on the low.
That's what makes them a soulmate. That you'll find them when your time is right and when it's perfect.
Yeah, no, I love that, Josh, but that's just not who I am. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like less lovey-dovey. I don't know. Like
hopeless romantic.
Yeah. But then you are lucky. And then it says eventually being single means being lonely and you can't avoid it, but just to accept it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no.
I know.
I don't believe in that.
This article is harsh on me right now.
Being single doesn't ultimately lead to being lonely.
I mean,
you can have
either.
friends and family and important people in your life. You can have flings, but and you can be satisfied and like happy within yourself and not and be alone a lot of the time and not be lonely. And there's tons of people that are in relationships that are lonely. So I don't know.
Yeah. And like
negative.
I know this article really was like harshing my mellow. But and like Valentine's Day is coming up soon. I've always seen it as, a friend's holiday more than anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just a time for you to love yourself and the people around you rather than focusing on somebody who broke your heart or somebody that isn't in your life.
Yeah,
Right.
you weren't here on Friday. I think we were talking about it. How just some girls will mope all day on Valentine's Day. That is I don't like that. Like just, celebrate your family, celebrate your friends.
Yeah.
Just turn it into a positive day of love. It doesn't have to be with a person, and you don't have to mope about being single because honestly, science might say that being single is actually better for your health.
Oh, I think it is actually.
If science says. So science has proven, and science is very general, but this is from TED Talks given last spring and compiled into a British article that I've noticed it was British because everything is spelled wrong. Single people tend to have stronger social networks.
I could see that. I feel like kind of how you were just saying, whenever you are single, you have your tight-knit group of friends and then extended friends from that. Since you don't have that person that's with you all the time, you reach out to your friends for, like being your rock and stuff like that. So I could definitely see that because once you're with somebody, you kind of spend most of your time with them rather than with a bunch of people.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, go ahead.
Strong social ties are just important for your overall health. It doesn't matter if they're coming from your friends or your family or your coworkers even.
Yeah, and also I think if you're dating somebody, you're trying to bring them into your friend group too. I think that's kind of a problem because they may not like your friends, and then they're like, "Oh, sweetie, I don't really like your friends. You want to just stay in and like watch movies?" And you're like, "Okay," because that's your significant other. You want to spend time with them.
That's honestly the hardest part, trying to transition your significant other into the friend group.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the worst.
I think a lot of that happens because as the significant other, you're like, oh, I want your friends. I want to like your friends and I want to be important within their friend group.
Right.
But we're not friends for a reason because we're not clicking,
Yeah,
so it's
exactly,
it's like, do we have to be friends or can I just get along with you, type of deal. So I think that comes too. Single people may develop more individually and benefit more from alone time. So this is kind of what we were saying when they were like, oh, single people are more lonely. I disagree. I think there's a lot of health benefits that come from spending time with yourself.
I think more productive too, but
yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. My favorite thing is eating alone, in public. I feel so empowered, number one. Number two, nobody's bothering me while I'm eating my burrito. And I don't know, it just feels really good to feel comfortable within yourself. Years ago, I probably didn't feel comfortable being alone. I was with Kristen every waking moment all the time. But now I cherish those moments alone. I don't know. It definitely has taught me to love the silence.
I mean, it just seems like you really love food.
I do love food.
That's what I was gathering from that.
This article also states that single people care about their health more. I don't know if I agree with this, but it says that they just take into account they have more time to work out, they have more time to eat healthy, and they think about that more probably because they are single and have time for that, or because they are single and looking for somebody. But it says that overall, in general, your health is better when you're single. But I don't know because my boyfriend and I feed off of each other being healthy. So I think I'm healthier in a relationship, but that's probably because he's healthier than I was prior to our relationship, So we kind of feed off each other in that sense. But it says an overall statistic that single people are healthier.
Interesting.
No, I'd agree with that.
I thought he was going to say, no, I do not agree with that. I was like, all right,
Yeah,
Josh.
he does that. He'll be like, no, I agree. And I'm like, that's contradicting.
No.
Yeah.
You're just wrong. But that's going to do it for us here on The Morning App. Shout out to our producer, Natalie Broom. She does a great job getting our show up and running in the morning, and we'll see you on Wednesday.